This segment of Coast Life is sponsored by Custom Fit 360.
Well, CoastLife, if you are, getting involved with that fitness journey, or maybe you've already taken part of a fitness journey and now halfway through the year, you're like, oh, it's been a little bit since I've lifted a weight or moved my body in any kind of physical activity related way, but that's okay because you're not alone. And we've got the perfect motivation here joining us on the CoastLife Couch. We've got David Blake, General Manager with Custom Fit 360. David, welcome to the CoastLife Couch. I know we've been out to see you before.
Yes.
This is your first time joining us in studio.
No, it's great being here. Thanks for having us here. And excited to talk about kind of what we do and what services we provide.
David, I wanted to start with, there's two kind of groups of people I think that are interesting to talk about this time of year. You've got people that want to get into the gym, maybe they've been out for a while, they need to get in and kind of start that workout journey.
Right.
Or people, and this happened to me earlier this year, I had a small injury, meant that I couldn't go for a couple of weeks, and you're trying not to lose connection to your workout routine, and once you start, you got to get yourself back in there and get back on the routine. So for either of those positions, what do you think is important for people so that they can get in, be working out, just to be healthy?
So for the first population there that you were talking about, the ones that are trying to start something that fallen off 5 years ago or even last summer to this summer and are finding out that things are a little bit more challenging than they used to be the year prior, and whether that's an aging thing or a new injury, but coming in where you're at Custom Fit, I mean, exactly what the title is and that we have is we're custom. So we customize, we meet you where you're at as the individual. We treat you and find out what your goals are specifically so that we're working with you so that way we're able to achieve what it is for you. And then as for the injuries go, if we have a lower body injury or upper body, we can still do the alternate side of things to make sure we keep the cardiovascular and that respiratory conditioning in there as well. And then just moving through those motions, we don't always have to push through pain. We can just kind of find that slight discomfort because we still want to progress through that and everything. But yeah.
Sure. And I know for a lot of folks too, at the beginning of the year, so many of us make some fitness goals that we're like, this year is going to be the year.
Yes.
And then by a few months ago, you're like, well, I already missed a few days. It's over for me. I'll try again next year.
Right.
I think a lot of us do struggle with that pick it up now mindset. Do you have any tips on sort of why, now's the moment?
I think that now is the moment for a lot of people because no matter where you're at in your life, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70, trying to get back to where you were 5 years ago even is important, but again, just kind of taking that leap and then finding someone that can help you with that. As personal trainers or exercise specialists, as we always are as well, is that first part is the personal. Coming in, whether it's our facility, sitting down with one of our coaches, making sure that you mesh well with them. The second part is that training, and that's very important, but you could be the greatest trainer ever, but if you're not connecting with that person and finding the facility that best fits for you, us being a private personal training studio with small group classes, I find that small niche community really helps people, especially if they're apprehensive about the big commercial gyms.
Yeah, so for some folks who are maybe, newer to our area, they've just recently retired and they are looking to maintain that strength and to remain active so that they can either be there for their grandkids maybe, especially while they come to visit them on the beach. That pickleball tournament that's coming up.
Pickleball's a whole nother animal out there, yeah.
So if they're curious about checking out Custom Fit 360 because it sounds like it's going to be a good fit for them, what should they do?
So they can hop on to our Custom Fit website, www.customfit360de.com, and they can inquire about consultations there because we do have 2 locations, one in Lewis and one down in the Ocean View, Millville area. So, we're widening out that spread for us and so that we can better serve that lower Delaware area.
Fantastic. Well, I think I know for myself, it is hard to stay motivated by yourself. So having, amazing personal trainers that are there for you every step of the way might just be that last missing piece that you've needed to get to where your fitness goals are. So David, thank you so much for coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
Of course. And thank you for what you guys do at Custom Fit 360, keeping us active here along coastal Delmarva. Coming up on Coast Life, though, we're taking a trip to the theater, sort of a wacky murder mystery to tell you about when we get back.